Hello my dearly beloved Prep 1 students, and welcome to a new English video presented to you from Al-Ahram Modern School English Department by Mrs. Jihan Mustafa. In this video we're going to continue Unit 2, Food, and we're going to discuss the vocabulary part together. As you can already see, the unit is talking about food, so you expect to learn some English words that express food. Let's start with the first word. Most of the words that you're going to learn now, you already know or we have eaten before. The first word is pizza, as you can see in the picture. This is aubergine, eggs, wheat, broccoli, sweet corn, rice, cupcake, chicken, and croissant. Now, after introducing these words, I need you to have a closer look at this picture, which you will find in your book. In this picture, you have more than one item of food. Some of them are written here. We have 10 words to express these food items, and we need to name the items or number them from the picture. So pause the video for 1 minute and try to name each item as you can see in the picture. Number 1, pizza. You can find it here. This is the pizza. Number 2, aubergine. That's it. This is aubergine. Eggs. Here are the eggs. 4, wheat. Here you can find it here at the bottom. Broccoli, this is broccoli, the green vegetable. Sweet corn, here it is, sweet corn. Rice, cupcake at the top, cupcake. Chicken, this is chicken or a part of a chicken. And croissant. Now, after learning these words, let's try to categorize or put them into groups according to their genre or their type of food. We can divide food into types or groups like grains and cereals, fruit and vegetables, protein and dairy, sugar and fat. So the vocabulary that we have just met, we need to divide them into these columns. So to start with the pizza, where do you think we should put the pizza here? Pizza should belong to sugar and fat. Of course, pizza has lots of fats. After pizza, we have aubergine, and aubergine is a kind of vegetable. Eggs belong to protein and dairy, while wheat is an example of grains. Broccoli is a vegetable. Sweet corn belongs to, what do you think? Grains and cereals. Well done. And we will put rice under the column of grains and cereals as well. Fruit and vegetables, we have aubergine and broccoli. Protein and dairy, we have eggs and chicken. Well done. We have 2 left, cupcake under sugar and fat, and croissant. Well done. After finishing this exercise, let's move to the next one, exercise C, where you are asked to circle the old ones out. Now, in this exercise, you need to be sure what's the difference between the third word. Here you have a set of 3 words. For each set, there is one odd word. That means it can be odd because it's not the same part of speech. For example, you can have 2 words that are nouns, and the third is a verb. That's why it's the odd one. Or the meaning, the 2 words have the same meaning and the third one is different from them. Or the category or the group of words, you can put two words under the same group while the third one is different from them. So let's check and see how can we circle the odd one out. Number 1, thirsty, hungry, and bread. Which one is the odd one? Thirsty means someone who needs to drink water, and the part of speech is adjective. It's an adjective. While hungry means someone who needs to eat, who feels hungry, and also it's an adjective. But bread is not an adjective and it does not describe something. So bread is the odd one here, it's a noun. Number 2, dessert, starter, and lunch. Dessert is the sweet meal that you can have at the end, the sweet dish that you can have at the end of your meal, while a starter is the appetizer or the dish that you start your meal with. So both are parts of the meal, while lunch is a whole meal. So that's why lunch is the odd one here. Number 3, kitchen, chop, and peel. Which one is the odd one, do you think? To chop or to peel are two verbs that you use with vegetables. To peel means to remove the skin of the fruit or vegetable, and to chop means to cut them. While kitchen is a noun, it's not a verb, so it's the odd one. Number 4, grill, boil, meat. Grill is to cook food over the grill. Boil is to like put water and make it heated until it's boiling. So both are verbs. While meat is not a verb, it's a noun. That's why it's the odd one. Number 5, bite, breakfast, and chew. Bite is a noun. Breakfast also is a noun, while chew is the only verb here. Sorry, breakfast is the only noun. So bite and chew are both verbs. Number 6, horrible, delicious, mix. Horrible is an adjective. Delicious is an adjective that describes the taste of food, and also horrible, while mix is the verb, which means to mix things together. Number 7, fridge, jug, bowl. Fridge is the item or the device that you use in the kitchen in order to keep the food cold. Jug, it's the container where you can store liquids, and a bowl is like a dish or a plate that you can use in your eating. So which one is the odd one here? I think it's fridge. Fry, stir, and knife. Fry means to cook food in the oil. Stir means to move the food or to mix the ingredients together. And knife is the tool that you use for cutting. So which one is the odd one here? It's knife because it's the only noun, while stir and fry are both verbs. For exercise D, I need you to complete the sentences with some of the words from exercise C. So the words that we have just used, we need to use them to complete these sentences. You can pause, write down your own answers, and then check them with the video. Number 1 says, don't space the egg in this oil. What can you do with the eggs in the oil? How can you cook the eggs in the oil? What's the word? What's the best word that can come here? It's fry. Don't fry, and fry is a verb. Number 2, have we got a space for the chicken and rice to go in? So where can you put chicken and rice? We put it in a bowl. Well done. Number 3, it was a great restaurant. The strawberry and ice cream space was delicious. So what do you think strawberry and ice cream would be? Is it the starter? Is it the dessert? Or the main dish? Of course, it's the dessert. The space isn't working. All the food is warm. So if the food is warm, that means what is not working? It should be cold in the fridge. Number 5, please space the apple for the baby. He can't eat the skin. So you need to remove the skin of the apple. So what's the word for that? It's to peel. Please peel the apple. 6, I will need a sharp knife to space the broccoli. What can you do with a knife? You can chop vegetables and chop the broccoli, which means to cut it into small pieces. Number 7, you have to space the sauce so it doesn't stick. What should you do while making the sauce? You should always keep stirring, and you should stir the sauce. Number 8, don't space with your mouth open. It's horrible. What do you usually do with your mouth? You chew. So don't chew with your mouth open. It's horrible. Of course, it's a bad habit. Well done. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. For exercise E, read the text and choose the correct answers. Here is the story of hamburger. How did it start? I need you to pause, read the whole passage, and then think what is the best word to fit in for each gap. Number 1, the space hamburger is one of the most popular foods in the world. Here you might notice that the word foods is plural, while usually you know that food is uncountable. It is countable, and it can come as foods or with as plural when you mean more than one kind of a food. So you can say foods in the world, but where did it come from? Nobody really knows. So the space hamburger is one of the most popular foods. The horrible hamburger, delicious or breakfast? Here, of course, we need an adjective. So the first one, do you think we're describing hamburger here as horrible or delicious? Of course, it's delicious. Number 2, one theory is that about 800 years ago, Mongolian soldiers who didn't have space or cookers put meat under their saddles while they rode their horses to make it soft. So what's the word that can fit here? Who didn't have space or cookers? They didn't have meat, food, or fridges. Of course, it doesn't mean, it can't mean that they didn't have food. No, they didn't have fridges. Okay, number 3. Another story is that immigrants to America from the city of Hamburg in Germany brought their Hamburg steak with them, a type of meat in space. So it's a type of what meat? Fried, peeled, or stirred? Which word should be describing meat? Stirred meat, you don't really stir the meat, or of course you can't peel it, so it's fried meat in space. Ball, bread, or chicken? Where do you eat the burger? It's usually in bread. Well done. Number 5, or perhaps Otto Kosau from Hamburg made the first hamburger. Otto space meat with space, fried it and put it between bread and sold it to young hardworking. So Otto space meat, what did he do with the meat? Chewed, bit, or mixed? Can he chew the meat and then give it to soldiers? Bit the meat? Of course, doesn't make any sense. So number 5 should be C, mixed. He mixed meat with space. With what? Breakfast, eggs, or starter? He mixed meat with breakfast? No. With eggs? Makes sense, yes. So he mixed eggs with meat. Let's continue. Fried it and put it between bread and sold it to young hard-working space soldiers. Hard-working and starter soldiers? No. Kitchen soldiers? No. Hungry soldiers? Yes, we need an adjective here to describe the soldiers. Yes, of course they were hungry. That's why they needed the burgers. Number 8, for their space. For their dessert, lunch, or meat? Which word makes sense here? For their meat? No. For dessert? No, it's not a dessert, it's a lunch. Well done. Great job, guys. Thank you so much for paying attention, and I'll meet you in the next video. Best luck.